So we have just made the lovely prawn curry, and we're now about to make.
Kobe is jumping.
Kobe!
You want to be part of it?
Come on then, Copes. What are we making now, Nishal?
So now we are making my version of a Goanese salmon curry.
Wow, there's a lot of ingredients.
There's a lot of ingredients, but it's quite simple, really. She says, and rice to go with it, and it's going to be a cumin infused rice.
Wow.
Okay.
This looks complex.
It's not.
We're taking you up a level, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, Nishal, can you take us through what's going to be in our salmon Goanese Nishal's special dish, please?
Of course. So in this Goanese curry, it's a base of coconut milk and tomatoes. So I've used a light coconut milk. It's half a tin. About 100 mils. We're going to use ghee today as our instead of oil. And to that we're going to add cumin, like I use quite a lot. We're going to use coriander seeds. They're super fragrant. Okay. And obviously lots of curry leaves for this one, so you need to get hold of some curry leaves. Cinnamon, probably half of that. And then onions, garlic, turmeric, because we always have turmeric in an Indian curry. Lots of coriander leaves and some of our spice mix. So this is cumin, coriander, spice mix. And this one here is made by our very own Jane.
I had to make this spice mix when I got 8 people round for curry, and I'll have to tell you about that in later. It's a nightmare. You haven't smelt this yet.
I haven't.
Whatever. So you tell them what you think, and I'm nervous.
So I'm going to give you a close-up. There you go. It smells great. It's very cuminy. You can smell the roastiness in it. Lots of coriander in there too. I think she's done a great job. I think you've done a really good job. That will really lift the flavours in the dish. What
would you change if you were being really critical about it?
I would probably. There's a lot of whole spices in there. You can see there's a whole coriander seed. And the cumin is quite crushed, so it might just be your grinder.
It wasn't a grinder; it was a blender.
Oh, okay.
So it's a hand blender, and I just had to make the most of it.
Well, I mean, you do the best with what you've got, right?
Yeah, I don't have a grinder.
It's not going to ruin it, but if you've got something that can make it a bit more smaller in size, then that's
so not crushed with the cumin, but crushed with the coriander seeds.
Well, the cumin needs to be crushed as well, and it's done quite well with the cumin.
But not the coriander seeds.
I mean, there are some whole cumin in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think maybe...
I think I actually used caraway as well, didn't I?
Yeah, a little bit of caraway.
Yeah.
And there should have been cinnamon in there, a bit of peppercorns, and what else was there? Maybe cardamom.
Yeah, no, I did all that. So... Nisha hasn't got any made up today, so beggars can't be choosers.
That's it, we're going to use
mine today. And luckily you can't scratch and taste.
We're going to make enough for a family of 4. I've got 6 fillets of salmon here. You skin them, and I'll show you how to do one of those later. To accompany my salmon curry, we're going to make some rice. We're going to use 2 cups for a family of 4. We're going to boil that off and then use some ghee. Roast some cumin seeds in some ghee and some cardamom. I'm going to crush some cardamom pods and put that in there as well, and then put it over the cooked rice.
Amazing.
So
I can't wait to taste this later.
So we're going to start off with ghee in the pan.
Your favourite?
You can use oil.
2 tablespoons of ghee.
2 tablespoons. And we're going to put in our cinnamon stick.
Bringing out the big guns. So we've got about half a cinnamon stick, quarter of a cinnamon stick, and a tablespoon of coriander seeds. The curry leaves. These are the curry leaves. So a little handful of curry leaves.
Curry leaves have roasted up, and you see the coriander turning brown here. So we're nearly there.
This is a whole big onion that we chopped up, wasn't it?
Yeah, one big onion, finely chopped into little cubes. So we're going to be here on a medium heat for about 10 minutes at least. Whilst the onions are frying off, I'm going to blend down the tomatoes. I've got 2 lovely red juicy tomatoes.
While you're cutting those up, shall I see to this then?
Yeah, just give it a little
mix.
So Jane, do you want to have one while we're doing this today? And while you're all in red hearts?
Yeah, so as we mentioned in our starter, this is the next course for your Valentine's video, and it doesn't have to be for love. You can do it for your parents or your friends or your children, but we thought we'd put together a bit more of a complex recipe, isn't it? A little bit of Nish's special. And St. Valentine was dated back to the 3rd century. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and a history lesson here.
He got persecuted for marrying Christian couples in private.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was persecuted for it. But I think the sayings go, and I don't know if they're true or not, that he married about 100 couples.
If you're not a fan of tomatoes, then you can leave them out or put just one in and have it more creamier and put a lot more coconut milk in.
Okay.
Well, you can see that it's starting to turn translucent. A lot of them have. They're starting to brown a little. I'd say about a minute left.
So our onion is now done, and that's exactly what you want.
That's how you want it. They're translucent, they're soft, they're lightly browned. Yeah, we're a winner here. That's a teaspoon. Our spice mix.
And I'll put a link to the spice mix in the video.
I'm going to put 3 heaped spoons of this in.
3 heaped teaspoons. Lovely.
Five large garlic cloves and 3 green chillies that were medium size. Again, it just depends how spicy you like it. Remember, it's got cream in it, so the chilliness of the green chillies will be diluted. So you can.
So our coconut milk's going to cool it down a bit.
It will. So you can. I would add some red chili powder towards the end when you want to taste it and make sure it's to the right temperature for you, spice wise. I've got some pink Himalayan salt here. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons in for now, and we can add extra later on if we need it. So the salt will help release the water from the tomatoes. So
we've just washed our rice.
it's all washed. Just going to shake it into here. And then remember, the bigger the pot, the flakier and fluffier the rice will come out. It doesn't matter how much water, there's not an exact measure, you just want a good quantity. I've boiled the water already in advance. I've just increased the temperature on the hob to evaporate the water.
I think I put in 2.5 tablespoons in the end.
Yeah. I'm going to add a bit more of this.
This is your spice mix.
Okay.
I think we've near enough done about 2 tablespoons, haven't we?
Yeah.
This is our garlic and chilli.
Garlic chilli
That
mix.
we hold.
Leave a little bit in there. I'm going to put that in right at the end
Of our curry.
after the salmon's gone in.
Yeah. Chopping up our coriander now, and our rice is in.
Nice and fine. I like to go one way and then turn the board and go the other way. This recipe takes a lot of coriander, so I'm going to put all of this in at the moment. Wow. And then I've got some left for later.
So this was a whole bag of coriander we've just chopped up.
Indian Gujarati palates aren't used to coconut milk that much because our Indian food doesn't contain it.
Yeah. So you've added a twist to it yourself. Okay, so we've already skinned, is that what you'd call it? Yeah, we've already skinned these four. We're just going to show you with another piece now. See, 6 pieces are for a family of 4.
Yeah, so I always like to put the thick side one in and then get my knife and push down on the salmon, peel away the skin a bit and then get your knife in there. And it should just slice.
Wow, that's satisfying.
I'm just cubing these salmon pieces up. You don't want them too small because they'll...
Your mum's a wonderful cook, isn't she?
Yeah, she's amazing. She can do a banquet for 50 people in like one night.
Really?
She's amazing.
What's the most you've ever seen her cook for? Most amount of people?
Well, when I was pregnant, was it when I was pregnant? Yeah, you invite a lot of your family over, and you have this like prayer sort of thing. And I had all of my family and a lot of friends and family from Portsmouth come down. So there was probably at least 100 people. And her sister came down, and my mother-in-law was there. We were all there, but they were like the main chefs, and they made like
just her and her sister.
Sister. We were like the sous chefs, and they just made dal, rice, 2 curries, and loads of different things. Yeah, and it's a normal thing for them. Time to put in the coconut milk. So here it goes, and it goes.
So how much coconut? Half a tin of coconut milk?
Half a tin, which is about 100 mils.
So this is going to change this right up now, isn't it? So our rice is bubbling away nicely now. I think it's been in there about 10 minutes, hasn't it? Like this, bubbling.
Yep, 10 minutes.
Wow. So about 3 to go then. And you can see where Nishal's washed it all off nicely. All we've got is a lovely little white froth on the top, not that horrible scourgy stuff that comes off the rice. What is that? Is it like
it is starch, isn't it?
Starch, horrible that is. So lovely. And we've now put our coconut milk in our curry.
Yeah, that's come together nicely. So I'm going to add some water to this in a little while to thin it down a bit because we want more of a sauce.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want more sauce, then you don't put water in.
I'm just going to put our salmon in now. Wow, that's a lot of salmon, isn't it?
So while it's uncooked, I'm going to give it a good mix, marinate it into the sauce, and then once it actually starts cooking through, you don't want to stick your spatula in because you will break up the salmon, so you just want to mix it.
Do it now.
Yeah, do it now while it's raw and still held together nicely, and then afterwards you're going to actually mix it by just swiveling the pot like that.
How long would you leave it for now?
So it depends if you're going to, if you've cooked it earlier before your dinner, so if you've cooked this in the morning or early afternoon, you'd leave it here and then cook it off later on.
So how long would you cook it for if it's raw like this?
It's more about looking at what it looks like.
So when it's
it's not clear anymore, it becomes a pinky, solid
Flesh.
pinky white colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, until then, really.
Okay.
Mils.
We're just about to add 200 mils of water now to our curry.
Well, we'll see how much. We'll probably put in 100 mils initially.
And then see.
Oh no. Okay. Probably 150 there. Going to end up putting all of that 200 mils in.
I'm just cutting up a lemon now. And here she goes, look, another utensil.
Lemon squeezer.
Where's this little beauty from?
Well, this one is just from Amazon actually.
Mm. What does the lemon do to the fish then?
Well, lemon goes well with fish anyway,
really
doesn't
well,
it? It just
yeah.
brings out the flavour a lot more. See, that is, get a grain. It's got through. I could have taken it off a minute or two ago.
Right.
But I'm gonna.
Well, we're just draining off our rice.
And then cold water so it doesn't continue cooking. We're going to heat this up anyway.
Give it a good shake instead of a stir.
Mm-hmm. A tablespoon of ghee. We didn't add any salt to the rice, and you don't have to do this stage. I'm just going to put a little pinch of salt in here. There you go. This is when you really want your rice to be light and fluffy, so it's falling out and not clumped together, because when you put it through that, if it's too sticky, then it's not going to work well.
See all the herbs and spices coming through now.
Well, the ghee really makes the rice taste nutty and creamy. It's lovely.
So our rice and our salmon curry is now done. We're just going to plate it up for you and show you what it looks like and how to serve it. And that's it. So you make a little ring with the rice here to serve. And then just put your salmon curry in the middle of the ring. Finish with a little garnish of coriander. And that is your Goanese Salmon Curry, Nish style. So we've come to the end of our prawn starter and our salmon main. It's been wonderful being back. I don't know where Christmas went to.
It's gone.
We're now celebrating Valentine's Day. As I said, you can do this with your partner, your mother, your parents, your family, your children, your friends. Do subscribe to our channel. Tell all your friends about us. Like, share, comment, and most importantly of all, tell us how you got on.
Yeah, leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. We love comments, don't
We
we? We love comments. So we've come to the end of our little Valentine's special, and I guess we'll see them in the spring, will we?
Yeah.
We'll think of some fresh spring summery ideas to have ready for March time. It's been great being with you all again. See you later. Bye.